All right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and today I'm going to be working on this 78 Chevy pickup truck. I picked this truck up for $600, and it needs a lot of work. So right now I'm going to walk around and show you the truck, and let's get to that. Here we go, guys, the 78 Chevy pickup truck. This is a Silverado 20. Some people would say C20. But yeah, this is a 3/4 ton truck. Super excited about this. It needs a lot of work. It's got some rust on it. The rocker panels need to be changed out. That goes into the floor. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. I'm just gonna try to get this thing fired up. Now, when I went to tow it, the brakes were locked up. It would not move. So I had to take the brake pads off just to get this thing rolling. The engine is seized up as well. So we definitely have to go through and work on that, see if we can get it freed up. So right now, that's what we're gonna do. And hopefully I can get this thing started today. Guys, and like most Chevys, this hood is bent over and it's tough to get open, and it hangs. Well, it's tough to close, so yeah, we need to get another hood and lube up those hinges. That way it can go up and down more free. Here we go. Here's what we're working with. This is a Chevy 350, and this thing is seized up, and we're gonna push it in the shop, and that way we could work inside and try to get it unstuck. I'm gonna spray some lubricant in the cylinders and try to free this thing up. It's been sitting for a long time. I want to say the tag that's in the truck says 98, but I'm not sure when this thing was last on the road. But I mean, judging by the wheels, the brakes being locked up and the engine being seized up, it's probably been sitting for a long time. So we're gonna push it in the shop and start trying to get the engine freed up. All right, guys, so we're under the truck, and there's the crankshaft bolt, and I am going to try to turn this. I couldn't turn it by hand, and I can't turn it that way. That thing is like, guys, that thing is stuck. The engine doesn't want to move, so we're gonna put some we're gonna spray something in the engine and see if we could break it up. All right, so with that engine being locked up, we are just going to pull these spark plugs out so that I can get something, you know, some type of lubricant, and put it inside, spray it inside the cylinders, and see if we could turn this thing over with a little bit of luck. We can. Now, the spark plugs look fine, so we're getting there. So I got the spark plugs out, and what I'm gonna do now is use this Hilco, and this is pretty much lubricant, and I'm gonna spray this down in the cylinders, and I'm gonna try to flood it in there as much as I can and see if that works. And if not, I got some mystery oil. Hopefully that'll work, and hopefully we can get this thing to turn over by hand. So I'm just gonna take that, and I wish I had the little thing for it, but we're gonna just spray it. See, it's just spraying right in there. And you can see it's filling up because it's backing up. I don't know if you can get that on camera, but we're just gonna do that to all of the cylinders and try to get this thing. Yeah, it's running out, so it's full in that one. That one must be at the top. So we're just gonna spray that in all cylinders and let it sit, and if that doesn't work, we'll put something else in there. I got a funnel, and we're spraying that Hilco in there, and we're gonna just spray as much as we can till the cylinder starts filling up, and that's good right there. And hopefully that'll break this thing free. We're trying to break this thing free, and it's super tight. It's still not moving. We got it. It moved a hair. See, it's moving only about an inch. So I'm gonna keep on wiggling this thing back and forth to see if I can keep breaking it up. But that fluid is that Hilco is doing good, because it wasn't doing this at first, and now I'm able to move the crank pulley. It's rotating about maybe an inch, and that's it. It's stuck, but it's moving little by little. Now I just loosened the crank bolt, so I gotta tighten it, go back the other way. See if it'll move. Nope, it's stuck right there. So we'll keep working at this and get back with you guys. All right, guys, so he's under there. This thing is moving a little bit more. It's not doing a full rotation yet, but it's getting there. Before we sprayed that in there, we had that sitting in there for a little while, and now we're getting it to move up. I think it's
I think we got full rotation.
I think we got a full rotation now.
I mean, it doesn't feel grimy turning it.
You can hear the pistons going up.
This is in the way.
Well, you can hear the compress. Let's move this hose out the way. But yeah, we got a full rotation now. Look at that.
I just need a starter.
That's perfect.
Starter and some plugs.
Plugs and kick fire right here.
Yeah, she's
all right, guys, we are good. All right, guys, so right now what we're gonna do is we're putting the spark plugs back in now that we got the engine freed up, and hopefully this thing can fire up. I mean, it's been sitting a while, and I mean, the good thing is, you know, Chevys are known to fire up in some pretty bad circumstances, so I'm hoping that I have some luck with this thing. Let's get this down, to snug it down a little bit, and we're just gonna work our way through the rest of them now. We got all the spark plugs in, and guys, these wires are destroyed. I picked these up on eBay for $22 a while ago. I bought them for a 302. I think they'll work. Not 100% sure, but we're gonna try them. If anything, worst comes to worst, I'll go get a set for this truck. Now, I already got one on and it fits, so I think we'll be in good shape. Let's continue to put these on. We're putting these plugs in, and these spark plug wires, and I was questioning whether or not they would fit, but you just heard that click in, and it is clicking in. That one is in there too, and I'm thinking these things are gonna work fine for a startup. So yeah, happy about that. I was gonna buy another set, but I just said let me try these first. Got all the spark plug wires on, and I got them kind of all over the place. I'll end up fixing that later once I get the right ones. For right now, we just want to try to get this thing fired up. And before we do that, fire it up, this is the starter wire, guys. That thing was burnt to the chassis. I do not know if it blew out the starter or anything, so we need to get a new cable on there and see if it'll fire up. All of this stuff looks burnt up on the bottom side, so this is the ground one, the negative terminal. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get some new cables. I have some laying around, so we'll just go ahead and use those. But yeah, let's put those on now. So we're under the car, and this is that starter cable right here, and we just gotta loose this bolt out. And I already slid the new cable down here, and we're just gonna loose this bolt out and swap them out, and then we'll see if this starter has any power, if it's good or bad. You know, once we get this out, I'm gonna re-angle the cable because it looks like it's kind of angled up, and I kind of want to let it hang down. So yeah, we got that one out, and time to put that new one on. And basically, you know, guys, I'm just gonna let it hang down, and I think that'll be better for me right there. And we're just gonna put that on and tighten it back up, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, so got the battery cable hooked up, and I went ahead and disconnected the line that feeds the gas tank, that feeds the fuel pump. That way we don't suck up any bad gas. These tanks have been open without a cap, and the fuel in there, I don't even know if I could call it fuel anymore, but it just smells funny. It doesn't smell like gas. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new battery in. That battery was in here, and I went ahead and took the battery out of my Denali, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this to try to start it. I took the battery out of there, and I picked up some little screw-in posts just to be able to use these terminals instead of those screw-in ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put that battery and get this thing, see if it'll turn over, see if it'll fire up. We got the engine freed up, and guys, I'm really hoping this thing fire up. It's turning over good by hand now, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get it to fire up once we connect this. Well, let me hook the positive terminal up first. And we'll go ahead and tighten these up and see what it'll do. All right, guys, so we got everything hooked up in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to fire this thing up. There's no seat inside, and I need to end up cleaning this out. No gauge, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what she does. And the wipers are on. Is that off? Okay. Yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and see if it'll turn over. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm wondering why these wipers won't cut off. Is this the wiper? No, that's the headlights. Let's see. It's turning over. So guys, what we're gonna do now, since we don't got any, since we don't have any fuel running to it, we're just gonna spray a little bit of starting fluid in there and see if it'll jump on. Yeah, so here's the starting fluid. Hopefully this thing will fire up now. We're gonna go ahead and fire it up. Just back up and record it. Look at me. Yeah, guys, so it just jumped on. I'm super excited about that. Now it's not gonna stay on. I'm gonna end up spraying a little more in here. I'm gonna spray a little bit more in here, guys. I'm super excited about this. Let's go see if it'll fire up and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and turn it over and see if it'll fire up. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna call this a win. This thing just fired up and I don't want to keep running it on starter fluid. I need to hook up maybe a can, but I need to hook up a can and try to get some gas running to it and see what it does. So excited about that. Man, $600 truck and $20 spark plugs. I reused a $20 spark plug wires. I reused a battery cable that I had, and I'm using my Denali battery. I do need to get a battery for this, but guys, this thing runs and I didn't hear any knocks. It did smoke a little, but that smoke, I don't know if it'll clear up or not. I have so much oil, penetrating oil in the cylinders right now, just from trying to break them free. So we're gonna go ahead and get a jug or something, and get a jug and some hoses, something that we can let it run for a little bit longer. I don't want to let it run too long because the radiator's busted wide open, so we need to get a radiator and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we're gonna pull this radiator out now and we are gonna swap this thing out. That way we could get some fluids in here and hopefully hopefully this thing will be easy to come out. I already got that side out. I had to fight with the holes on the other side. This does not want to come off, so I'm just gonna end up cutting it off and try to get as close to it as possible. That way I can reuse the holes just to start out with. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off because it was already ripping. So no point in trying to save that. And now we're gonna just pull this thing out and there we go. And guys, look at right here. This thing was just blown wide open, so we know this isn't good. And I got this You know, I picked this up for 20 bucks. I don't know if this is good or not, but it came off a C10 and we're gonna just go ahead and try to use this. Yeah, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in here, and it's pretty simple. We just want to keep it in the same place as the other ones. This one didn't have anything holding it in, so I think I need to go ahead and pick something up that can hold it in. Really, the hoses were holding it in place, so you know, that other one came out pretty easy, and just like that, we got these hoses back on, and we'll go ahead and clamp those down so we can fill it with fluid, and that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so we just hooked up this fuel line. It's a little bit long, and I'm just gonna run it to this gas tank, and hopefully we can get some fuel in there and let it run longer than a couple of seconds. Something smoking?
I think it's just the dust coming off the fan. Yeah, it's just dust.
There we go. Yeah, guys, this thing just is running, it's idling by itself, and yeah, wow, I'm excited about this. Not much smoke coming out the back. Full exhaust clogged up with dirt there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick a screwdriver in there, and I'm gonna cut this off. We don't want to let it run too long. I still gotta plug up some the intake hoses that went to the radiator core. So yeah, we're gonna cut this thing off and go through it just a little bit more. So we got a lot of smoke coming out of here, guys, and what all of this is the oil that I sprayed in the spark plugs, the penetrating oil, the Hilco. It's kind of burning off the exhaust manifolds, and looks like something to worry about, but that's just what it is. You know, that's gonna happen. And this thing, guys, this thing is it's running pretty good. I'm excited about this, so we're gonna keep going through it, and yeah, I need to do the brakes. Hopefully I can take this thing for a drive. All right, so we're trying to put this hose on, guys, this heater hose, and I know it's supposed to run to the heater core, but we're just gonna put it here. But this is this thing is so hard, I can't even squeeze it, so we're just gonna throw that away. And we got some new holes, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and we'll try to yeah, we'll put this on, and we'll put some coolant in here and see if we can let this thing run and let it stay running for a little while. Yeah, guys, so we got this new hose, and only paid a couple of bucks for this, and this should be good enough for now. I do want to hook the heater core up, but for now, just to get this thing running, we're gonna just do this, and now we're gonna add some coolant into it. Here we go. Put some coolant in this thing. Top it off, and hopefully she's good to go. this thing is idling so good. Got fluid moving around in the radiator. Guys, this thing, it surprised me. Just gonna let it run a little bit. Let all of that penetrating oil burn off the exhaust manifolds. Yeah. Got a little bit of smoke coming out the exhaust. I don't know, this one still seems, well, there's some, yeah, huh. Let this thing idle for a little bit and warm up. Now that it's heating up, got a noise coming from there. Sounds like it's coming from the water pump or the AC compressor. Don't know what that is yet, but we'll figure it out. All right, guys, so we got the truck started, and that's great. I'm gonna work on the brakes and everything, but before I do, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean out the interior, and I'm waiting on the brake parts to come in. I'm gonna clean out the interior, clean out the bed. Guys, this thing, look, this thing was stuck in the ground, trees growing out of it. Like, that thing literally, you know, if you look under the truck, it's on the floor on the other side. And yeah, trees growing through it. Where it was parked, I had to pull them out the front just so you know, they were all in the front and everything, stuck in the grill, coming out the grill. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and clean this thing out. That way I can actually get a seat in here, get some gauges. I found the seat and the gauges online. Guys giving me both of them for 60 bucks. So we're gonna, the seat's not in the best shape, but I more so need gauges so I can see what the engine and everything's doing, if it's running hot, if it's got oil pressure or running hot, stuff like that. So I'm gonna clean this thing out right now and see what's worth keeping. I know there's some wrenches in there. Now, guys, this guy was a drinker. Yeah, he was a, whoever owned this truck, they were drinking. You got mixing cups right there and drinks, and yeah. The story behind the truck from the guy that I bought it from at the wrecking yard. Now, he said that the guy fell asleep and, you know, he woke up to the radiator busting open, and here's the radiator. Now, he said that the guy was so drunk he just passed out and the truck overheated, and I don't know how true that is or not, but you know, I'm just glad I got a great deal on it. And yeah, I'm gonna just get to cleaning this thing and we'll see what it looks like when we're done. Yeah, so we're cleaning this out and I'm pretty much gonna keep some stuff. Here's some wrenches, keep those. Here's some wire, radio case. I don't know if that radio is any good, but we'll go ahead and try it. And I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much look through everything in the car that I throw away. We're gonna throw this away too. And guys, I'm looking at some of these papers and trying to see if I can find maybe some like rebuild sheets or, you know, any maintenance work done to the truck. Yeah, most of this stuff is just junk anyways. All right guys, so we got the inside of the truck cleaned out pretty good. Need to vacuum it. Don't have a vacuum here, but you know, it's good enough for right now. And we're gonna start taking all of this junk out the bed. So let's get to that. We got the bed all cleaned out. The bed is actually looking pretty good. There's some surface rust, but there's not really any rust holes like the side of the bed has. But we filled this trailer up with trash. About to go dump this, and the truck is clean for the most part. But yeah, I got this thing running, and right now that we got the truck clean, I'm just waiting on the brakes to come in. So need to get some brakes for it, and then we can put this thing in gear, try to drive it, see if the tranny shifts, and once we get those brakes, we'll start on that and we'll continue the video there. We're getting ready to do the brakes, and I'm gonna change the master cylinder, and I'm gonna change everything in the brake system, try to get this thing to stop. All of this stuff was so cheap, guys. The master cylinder was like 26 bucks. And we're gonna let all of this fluid drain out. I think the master cylinder is locked up, so you know, we're just gonna try to get all of this off and see if we could get this thing to stop. I don't know if this is stuck or the brake booster is stuck, but we're gonna see. Now this not leaking any fluid makes me think that something's going on here, so we're just gonna go ahead and pull this master off, and you can see nothing's coming out of there. And now that this is off, I'm gonna push the pedal down and see if the brake booster will see if this rod right here will come out, and we're gonna try to clear these lines out too. All right guys, see, that's coming in and out. That's coming in and out, so hit it again. So I don't think the brake booster's locked up. I think it was the master cylinder that was locked up. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out that master cylinder now. We're gonna go ahead and put the new master on, and it's just 2 bolts, and we're gonna put it back on the same way we took it off. And I'm just gonna get these bolts set up in here. We're just gonna tighten this thing down, and we could go ahead and hook the brake lines back up, and then we're gonna change the calipers out. so we're pulling these brakes out, and I already loosened this up and took these pads out so we could get it rolling. But we're just gonna take the caliper off because these calipers are stuck. And what I'm gonna do now is, this is the new caliper, and I'm just gonna put the pads in. I'm gonna put the pads in, and well, we need to take this off first. Now we got these pads in, and this is gonna sit on here like this, and that one is clipped in, and we are just gonna go ahead and put these on. And guys, you really can't mess this up. You really can't mess that up. I mean, you can, but it's pretty hard to, because there's only one way all of this stuff can go in, and that's that. And we got these in, we got the hardware in, and now we're just gonna tighten these things down. So we got the caliper on, and now we are just gonna tighten this down, and we are good to go. Go ahead and get the bottom one. And once we put that hose on, we could go ahead and knock the other side out and, you know, bleed the brakes, and we're good to go. So we got the new calipers and pads on, and I put a new brake hose on, and now we're just gonna put some fluid in the master cylinder and start bleeding this thing, see if we get some brakes. So now we got all the everything hooked up, and I'm just gonna fill the master up with some .3 before we start bleeding the brakes. Let's get that topped off. And guys, this is it has two bowls in it. One's for the front, one's for the rear. So these are actually pretty big. It seems like it took like half of this, so I'm thinking I should be able to bleed the system. Probably have to fill it up one more time. We're gonna leave that open, let some of the air escape. Okay, guys, so we're getting ready to bleed the brakes, and what I do is we pump 5 times, hold it down, loosen it up. See the fluid coming out? Tighten it back up. All right, go ahead and pump. And you can see every time he pumps, the caliper is moving, and see now it's shooting up. Basically what we're doing here is trying to get all the air out the brake lines. Go ahead and pump. All right. See, when we first started doing this, only air was coming out. So this is working. We got a good stream. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to the other side. All right, guys. So I got the brakes bled, and I'm super excited about this. I got a gas can rigged up to the front. We do need to get some fuel tanks, but well, I don't know if we need fuel tanks, but we definitely got to clean those out. So we're just going to run it off a external can and try to see if this thing goes in gear, try to move it. And I'm excited about this. I've been working on it. I haven't really done too much work to it, but the thing is, waiting for the calipers to come in, waiting for the hoses to come in, that stuff takes time. So that's, you know, as I get stuff, I put it together, and I'm excited about this, and we're gonna get to it now. guys, we just took this thing for a drive and I am super excited about it. Guys, I got a lot more work that I need to do to this truck. I need to get some spark plug wires, the spark plug wires that I actually need for this truck. Those were for my Mustang, but I need to get some of those. I need to go through, pressure clean off all of the oil and stuff on the engine. Guys, this thing is smoking pretty good from all the oil burning off of it. I need to hook the fan back up. I took the fan off so I could put a new brake proportioning valve. I took it off just so I got room there, but I need to put that back on. And yeah, guys, I'm excited about this truck. I don't have too much money into this. I have about $800, $850 into it between buying it, fixing the brakes, and getting some coolant, stuff like that, little things that I needed. And yeah, I'm excited about this, guys. I really need a truck to haul around my stuff. I always use my Denali, but the back of it is just, it's got tools in it, it's got engine parts in it and stuff like that, and I really need a truck for what I do. So I'm super excited about this. Guys, if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe, because I'm gonna be recording everything I do to this truck and, you know, gonna have some fun in the process. Yeah, this is something I've been looking for. 1978 C20. It's a Silverado 20, C20, whatever you want to call it, but it's a 3/4 ton Chevy and it's exactly what I need. So yeah, subscribe so you can follow the content on this one. Guys, if you want to support the channel, pick up some merchandise. That always helps. I'll put the link in the description. That way you can help support these builds if you want. You know, everything that I sell in merchandise goes directly into building these projects, so it helps out a lot when you guys purchase merchandise. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Next video, guys, I'm gonna cover up the seat and just do some more work to the truck and get it in better working condition. So subscribe for that, and that's gonna be it, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 79th Productions, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.